Can you briefly explain what the company you work at does?
Hi, my name is Jennifer Magnani, and I'm a senior director at a company called Sanofi Pasteur, and we manufacture vaccines, which are what you would get if you have, when you get your flu shots, when you're a baby, and you get your vaccines for polio and rubella, all of those childhood vaccines, as well as rabies. And we do kind of a lot of different vaccines around the world that we don't necessarily use within the United States, but third world countries use them, like yellow fever, those types of things.
Why did you choose to get into the pharmaceutical industry? Was there a certain moment in your life that made you realize that this is what you wanted to do?
I got into the pharmaceutical industry about 22 years ago, and it wasn't something I went to school for. So I got into the industry. A friend of mine told me that he felt I really had the right skills and the passion for working and helping people, that he felt I should apply. So I applied for a job at a company called Genentech and got the job, and really grew up through working there. I learned everything I know about the science of biotechnology and pharmaceuticals in working at this company. I realized that I really did have that passion for it when I heard patients speak about what our drugs have done to help them. Genentech was mainly focused on cancer drugs, and so being able to extend somebody's life or make the quality of their life better was something that spoke very strongly to me. But that's actually why I just recently, a year ago, made the shift to work in the vaccines industry, because I thought, how cool would it be to not just help people who have a disease? That's very important. But I actually now help prevent disease. And so for me, it was just a different way of working. And I've learned in the biotech world to now apply that in the vaccines industry.
How was your college experience? Is there something you would have done differently if you had the chance?
My college experience is probably a little different than the typical experience. I thought I wanted to go to school originally to do hotel and restaurant management. Something in the catering world, maybe within a hotel. And it turned out that I love that. I mean, I like doing that. I like the hospitality industry. But as I started to get into that industry and work in that industry, I realized that that wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted to lead. I didn't want to work every weekend, holidays. I wanted a family. And so I knew that I needed to shift and do something a little bit different. But when I went to school, the school I picked because it allowed me to do a lot of different things. And so I was able to learn about science. I was able to learn about management and business. And so I took those skills that I had and got my degree in, and now I'm able to apply those skills in the industry that I'm in. There came a point in time where I knew that I needed to further my education. I knew that I needed to go back to school and get a degree in business management. So I did that, working full-time with 2 kids and being married. It was a huge commitment on my part, and I think that that's one thing I would have done differently if I could have done my whole college career all over again, was really work to getting my bachelor's degree earlier in life. Looking back, I probably wouldn't change anything because I love where I'm at in my life.
work do you do at your job?
In my current role in Sanofi Pasteur, it's a very different role than I ever thought I would be in. I'm responsible for developing and delivering adult education programs that teach employees about how we produce our vaccines, but also give them the skills and knowledge that they need to further their careers. And for me, it's really twofold. One is I get to help ensure that the vaccines that we're delivering to people all over the world are safe and will work. But I also get to help people that work to produce those vaccines to make more of their careers and make more of themselves and gain knowledge. So I feel really excited about this role that I play within this really important company. And so for me, every day, even though there's challenges and there's things that, I can't control, I'm very proud of the work that I'm doing.
What is a typical day like for you?
So a typical day for me in my job is very different than probably your average person working at my company. I work remotely, which means that I work from home about 60% of the time. And the other 40% I'm traveling to the 12 sites that we have all over the world. Mainly in the East Coast, in the United States, Toronto, Canada, and France. So those are our main sites, but we also have sites in India, China, Brazil, that I haven't visited yet because I've only been in this job for a year, but I plan to visit next year in 2016. So I work a lot early in the morning to accommodate the time zone changes that we have. And so my typical day starts no later than 5 a.m. But the good news is then I'm done around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes 3 or 4, but those are long days. And so I get to really enjoy time with my family when the kids get home from school. I can be with them and make dinner and do all those things. So I'm really enjoying the time that I have, both getting to work, but also my time now with the family. Although people think that traveling is exciting and really cool, when you're doing it on business, it can be really tiring because I generally am working at least 14 to 16 hours a day during those periods of time. You're in different time zones, your body's going through a lot from sleep deprivation and not eating the right foods and exercising. And so there's a lot of challenges, but you do really find that you can adjust to it. And so at this point in my career, I am adjusted to the travel schedules, but that's probably the most difficult thing about my job. As I explained before, I love my job. I am able to really help people, and that's where I have passion.
What skills and/or degree does your job require?
If you're really looking to go into the pharmaceutical industry or the biotech industry, it is absolutely essential that you have some sort of science degree. Whether that be in biology, chemistry, chemical engineering, some type of degree in the science area will help you immediately get your foot in the door. They're really looking for that type of knowledge and skills directly coming out of college. If you're wanting to get into the pharmaceutical industry within the regulatory area, and the compliance area, you still need to have that science degree. You won't directly be developing drugs or working on innovation to develop our procedures and processes, but you still need to understand the science behind what's going on within the process and the products. You should explore all the different opportunities that are out there to get into this type of industry and really understand what types of degrees are needed in order to do that. And now more than ever, I'm seeing the industry not even look at people's resumes unless you have a bachelor's degree. If you have a bachelor's degree, they at least will look at your resume. Now, what that bachelor's degree is in, that will depend on what type of job you're looking for within the company. So really try and understand for yourself whether or not you want to get into just pharmaceutical industry or biotech industry, vaccines industry.
What advice do you have for anyone trying to find the right career path for them?
My advice to young adults when trying to decide what career path they want to go down is one, to be patient. We can't expect as young adults that you'll know exactly the field that you want to go into right now. Explore lots of different areas, but most of all, follow what you're passionate about. Follow the career or the area of interest that you are excited about, that you want to learn more about. Go with that, because if you're happy and you are always learning about different things and new fields, you'll be better at it. It's just a natural thing that if you're able to continue to learn, then you'll continue to grow and your career path could go down very different roads, which is an exciting thing. So let that happen. But most of all, like I said, go with your passion and things that you're interested in doing.
Thank you for watching.